You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Podcast Network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to, what are we calling this? Is this We Are Libertarians East, yesterday's leftovers, or I've been told, I've got a piece of paper here, unfortunately, that says that this is going to be called the Boss Hog of Liberty.
I love it.
Sounds great.
The Boss Hog of Liberty.
We didn't have a choice.
So, this is my little podcast project. I'm Jeremiah Morrill, frequent contributor on We Are Libertarians. The big show, the Boss Hog of Liberty, is going to be the tiny show that I'm going to have as my project. Joining us today, we have Dear Leader, the benevolent Dear Leader, who's forcing things upon me.
Yes, well, that's you forced your friendship on me. You forced me to give you this board. And so to repay you, I'm going to make you call this podcast the Boss Hog of Liberty, because that's our nickname for you. You run Henry County with an iron fist.
I may have extracted more out of Chris Spangle than anybody else, other than his ex-wife. I got a board out of him. That's a $5,000 value, is what he told me.
It is. This is a $10,000 setup, as you can tell by the audio quality.
I'm sitting here, and it is amazing.
You have not been introduced yet. Patience. Patience.
I like
Aaron.
that.
It's like Aaron Ewert over here.
I like that you treat him like I treat Aaron.
So we've got Spangle on the far right,
Hello.
and then on the near right we have the lovely Miss Sarah Potter.
Hello.
So Sarah is what? Sarah, what are you?
What do you mean? What am I? I'm a female?
Oh,
Human
she's our
being?
token female. Congratulations to us. Oh, Sarah's my lovely girlfriend.
That too.
And she keeps the house clean and
Every
does the
once in a
dishes,
while.
makes pies, does all of the great things around the house.
All the domestic things.
All the domestic things. And then on my left, we can now introduce
No, I don't even want you to introduce me anymore, Jeremiah.
Mr. Dakota
I'll
Davis.
introduce myself.
Oh, well, go ahead.
I am Dakota Davis. That is me.
That's it? That's all
That's
you have
me.
to say about yourself?
That's all you got?
That's
male. I'm a male. I enjoy whiskey. Yeah, that's.
He enjoys
that's
whiskey.
really
He's
about
been
it.
drinking for 3 weeks, but he's decided he enjoys whiskey.
I love it.
All right.
How old are you?
21.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all.
You look way older.
It's the beard. He's got a better beard than anybody. Tad Western is the only guy that has a beard that's at Dakota's level.
No, Tad's up to Tad's got a mustache going on now.
That's true. I
Yeah.
saw he's gone creepertarian for a while. I wanted him to go with either mutton chops or the
Right.
who's the fitness guy from Dodgeball, Ben Stiller's character.
Yeah.
I wanted that.
the Fu
but-
Manchu.
The Fu Manchu, yeah. Didn't happen. And then we have a fifth guest here, Dakota. I will let you handle the introductions and decide what exactly this fifth individual is to this podcast today.
The fifth individual sitting to my left is my lovely fiance.
What?
You're not
Yeah.
old enough to have a fiance.
I thought that was your sister.
No, that is not my sister. That's why I laughed so hard whenever you said that earlier.
Oh, you guys look exactly alike.
Well, our goal in life
No,
is
she
to-
has better teeth.
Yeah, she does have
And-
a lot
I
better
just
teeth.
went to the
And he's-
orthodontist today.
He's got that fade.
Yeah.
You got to talk into it like this,
Okay.
like a certain activity. There you go. That's how you got to talk into it.
Yeah, she's definitely not my sister. You can go ahead and introduce yourself now.
Okay, I'm Audrey. That's about it.
That's about it.
Audrey is you're a student. That's
Yes,
what we understand.
I am.
You're a student at the Indiana University
Actually,
East.
no. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Indiana University at Indianapolis.
So no, she's the second IU East person in the last 2 days to make an
Yeah.
appearance on We Are Libertarians.
Hannah, for all these years, she's led me to believe she's going to IUPUI. And when I ask her what are you getting your degree in? Oh, it's from IU. It's a business degree. I'm like, oh, Kelly School, great. Turns out that's not true. It's the Red Raiders or whatever Red Rockets you have out here. That's
The Red Wolves.
yeah, the Red Wolves.
Red Wolves.
Okay, the Red Rockets is what I'm going with.
There's a pajama t-shirt in my drawer that says Red Wolf swag. There's
Wow.
even a hashtag on it.
Can you burn that, please?
Oh,
I can't think of anything I'd want to wear less than that. Anything with swag on it, I'm out.
I might have to gift it to
when
you.
I'm a proud graduate of Ivy Tech, we didn't have any swag, but I would burn that if I could. That would be equally a shame.
I didn't even go to college.
You don't need to. You're like in a union.
College is for suckers.
I agree, honestly.
Listen, I'm not going to be in debt. Like, that's a horrible mistake to make.
Yeah, it's a terrible mistake to make.
Investing in your future. What a dumb move.
Yeah, why would you ever do that?
All right, so we've assembled this cast of characters, and today is going to be. We got to be honest. This is kind of a reboot of the first episode. About a week and a half ago, Dakota and Sarah and myself had a fantastic hour-long first episode, and it was it was done with stolen equipment. It will probably never see the light of day because it's unlistenable.
Yeah.
But we'll call it practice.
I thought it was great. I thought the content was amazing.
But
Please bring that Cosmo article back. We need to talk about that tonight.
so we'll
same
get
one
into
or
that.
the new one?
So Dakota
Both.
is our Cosmo correspondent as well.
Okay.
He's
all right.
he's the guy that reads Cosmo and then explains it to the rest of us.
I didn't know you were dating a gay man. You're a beard. Okay. We found out Audrey, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Andre.
She doesn't remember 9/11.
No.
No, we were discussing that as we were testing the mics, and we go around the room, and of course, I was at my day job that I still have on 9/11. I was
in
18 years
elementary
old.
school.
Sarah was a youth, and Audrey was. We think if Indiana had pre-K, she would have been in pre-K.
No,
she was born in 1997.
She
4 years
wasn't in
old.
pre-K yet because I'm a year older than her, and I was in pre-K.
Actually, I didn't go to preschool, so
She was shitting her pants on 9/11 like the rest of us, but it was actual duty.
Wow. All right. So we've established that. Let's spend a little more time talking about Audrey. You're a student now.
yes.
And we did a little bit of talking earlier, and you were a student at the University of Indianapolis.
Yes,
in
for
your
a year.
freshman year.
Mhm.
All right, how'd that go?
It went pretty terribly, actually. I had a really bad roommate who peed her bed all the time.
What was her name? Let's really get into this.
Her name was Christina.
Oh,
Christina. Yeah,
Yes.
I could believe that.
She was from Greenfield.
Oh,
Hancock
So
County
she was
girl.
slutty.
Yep. She worked at Orange Leaf, actually, and she had really short hair.
Is she the reason that I learned this about Orange Leaf? They don't charge you by the ounce anymore.
Oh, I have no idea.
It's large, medium, and small.
It was crazy because I was expecting. We went to Orange Leaf on Valentine's Day, and I was expecting
a very, very fancy date.
by the ounce. This was what I requested. I asked that for us to be able to go eat wings in Greenfield, and then we would go have ice cream afterwards. And so
Okay.
we went to Orange Leaf for frozen yogurt.
Froyo.
And so we went in there, and I'm like, "Oh, you pay by the ounce, so make sure you get like the stuff that you want. Don't get any extra stuff that you don't want because you're gonna be paying for it."
Because she's worried about the 40 cents it's going to be if I get an extra half an ounce of hot chocolate.
It's way more than 40 cents. Not really. But now they do it by you buy the container, and whatever you can fit in there, reasonably, I'm guessing, is what you pay for.
Pile it high, stack them deep, and sell them cheap.
So now I know. Don't go back to Orange Leaf and only get the essentials. Get the extra stuff you want.
Get everything you
As
want.
long as it fits in the cup, you're good.
So we were interviewing Aubrey, Alice, and Alyssa over here, and we discovered that you're a dropout of IU, Indiana University,
Yes.
Indianapolis, University of Indianapolis on Shelby Street. You're dropped out of there after a year, but you did some touristy activities down there. Is that
I
right?
did a little bit.
So you found a church. You
I
joined a
did.
church, or
Yes, my roommate convinced me to go there.
the girl from Hancock County that has trouble.
Yeah, the lesbian from.
But really,
Right.
So what? Tell me, was it a good Quaker church or Baptist
No,
church,
we
or where'd
went
you go?
to the Church of Cannabis.
The first church of
The
cannabis.
first church of cannabis. It was pretty interesting.
What was an experience like over there?
Well, when we first came up, they had a bunch of protesters outside around the fences. They had big picket fences built up around so that people couldn't get in to the church without parking there first.
So did you have to like go through security? Did they pat you down before
No,
you went
actually, a
in?
bunch of people came out to the parking lot to us, and they were greeting us and asking us to come inside. And then there were a bunch of other people across the fence that were telling us not to go inside because we were sinning.
You sinners!
Little did they know.
Here I am to go to church, and you're calling me a sinner.
So what was the service like? I've never actually been.
The service was really crazy. There was a bunch of like bright lights in the beginning and balloons that people were just bouncing around in the beginning, and then they had this crazy guy with really frizzy white hair just kind of strutting down the aisle for
Yep.
about 10 minutes.
Has he been a guest on here yet, Spangle?
No, I tried to interview Bill right after he opened the Bill Levin, a legendary concert promoter here in town, a legendary pothead here in Indianapolis.
He's been a candidate for us a couple of times.
He
at least.
has, and he has a large reputation around town, both good and bad, depending on who you talk to. Sam Goldstein, for instance, not a good reputation. But I've always liked Bill. Bill's a very entertaining character.
Yeah, he was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So the grand poobah of the First Church of Cannabis, you got to experience a sermon. I think that's like Visit Indy should have him on their flyers. Or
Yes.
if you're in Indianapolis on are they Wednesday night services? Is that what they do?
I think it was Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like if you have a free Wednesday, you need to go down to see Bill's church and check it out.
It's on a Wednesday night, huh?
I think so.
Well, it's can't get up on Sunday morning.
No.
No, if you're ready
Not
to go
gonna happen.
If you're gonna go on Sunday, you just by the time you remember you're supposed to go, it's Wednesday. And
Yes.
make it over there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
was sending me videos the whole time, and
So you didn't wait a minute. You didn't get to go with your girlfriend to church.
no,
She was ashamed of you.
yeah, she didn't want me to go, and I very much wanted to attend this church.
Are you a
And-
pothead fucker?
No, wait, what?
Are you a pothead fucker? Please tell me
He's
you
too
know
old
that.
to know the
yeah,
reference.
yeah,
He's
Oh
too
my god, he's too young.
Yeah,
He doesn't know
okay.
Meet the Parents.
Oh, I've seen that movie. I didn't think you were saying Fokker.
Oh yeah. No, this is a family podcast.
Yeah, this is the
I did
Boss
not
Hog
hear
of Liberty
Fokker
show.
the first time
Yeah.
either, Dakota.
Okay.
We're gonna try to keep it PG-18, roughly.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I think so. But she was sending me videos the entire time that she was in there, and I have to say it was exactly how you would imagine a Church of Cannabis would be.
Yeah.
Like, there was no surprises at all.
Well, the only surprise is that you don't participate in the activities. Is that correct?
No, you don't. They have cops sitting across the street that will watch you the whole time while you're there.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, are you a pothead fucker?
No.
So why would you go to a pot church if you're not going to smoke weed?
Well, I went with my roommate, so she was doing it for one of her psychology classes.
Okay.
This was
But-
educational.
Yeah, I still didn't look my roommate, but I still went with her. So
They had to use the buddy system because in college it gets really crazy.
Yeah.
And if you don't use the buddy system, going to the bathroom or going to the First Church of Cannabis, then
You
you, could
never
get in
know
trouble.
when you never know
You
when a
guys-
Cad Western's going to come along.
Right.
Or a
Exactly.
42-year-old Jeremiah Morrill.
Hey, let's not go there.
Honestly, she's got perfect dimples. So, yeah, you might get scooped up.
So, update on my life here.
All right, let's hear it.
It's been a busy couple weeks. I travel a lot for work, so they sent me to Iowa, and I was bored out of my mind. So if you follow my Snapchat, Jeremiah Morrill on the Snapchat,
It's depressing.
it's
Don't follow.
mostly me with a windshield and whatever Bitmojis I can find at the time. Hey, look, there's a filter in this town. Let's use it. 40 miles later, I do it again.
I feel sad whenever I get a Snapchat from you.
Just sad to see my Snapchats. So I went to Iowa, drove back, and then I came back home. I stayed in 5 different cities 5 nights in a row. I was like a rock band guy. But the 5th city was Washington, D.C. So got to go out, check out our nation's capital, and be a big government libertarian. Check that out.
You were meeting with Congress people and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I do some advocacy as a volunteer for Purdue Extension in the Purdue Ag School, and spent a couple days in training with them and with a number of other like-minded folks from across Indiana, and then we all meet with our local congressperson or senator. So actually, on Tuesday of this week, I got to sit down with Luke Messer and talked about some of the programs that they're delivering, and got a little update from the congressman about what was going on in Washington. And on that date, he had actually been called into a meeting. President Trump. This is the week that the Republicans are trying and failing to deal with Obamacare.
Can you believe it?
Oh, it's been the greatest
Yeah.
week.
It has been.
I mean,
A
in one
roller
respect,
coaster.
it is the greatest that the Republicans failed, but at the same time, it's not the greatest because Obamacare, as written, will end up standing.
Well, I think we'll get into that, but I think what's going to happen with Obamacare is it's going to fall down on itself, and then they're going to have to replace it.
Yeah,
It's
but
gonna have
won't
to
they
be
go
dealt with.
single payer? I mean, that to me is what they do.
Yeah, I feel like that was the entire purpose of Obamacare, was for it to fail and then eventually go to single payer system.
I'm not sure that there's a lot of different ways to look at it, but I don't think that the Republicans that are in office now are going to allow that to happen. They probably will, but they'll be shamed by the libertarians. Greg Lenz and I have spent
Liberty
a couple
Caucus.
times, a couple nights here this week going back and forth and talking about the developments of the week. As we're recording this, I guess it's Friday night, so the bill failed. And I've challenged Greg, saying that the Liberty Caucus, the 25 or so Liberty type representatives in the House, Massey and Amash in Michigan, and the folks that are seeing their way are actually probably some of the strongest and most powerful people in the House right now because they can't legislate without them.
Whereas he says, well, okay, that's great, but he put up a post saying, that's fine, but Obamacare as is what's going to stand. So what? It's a Pyrrhic victory. You end up getting bigger government instead of reforming the law. And so what the point that he made, and it's a fair one on We Are Libertarians last night, is that the Obama, this is the one shot to reform Obamacare. Okay,
It's not the only shot. There's going to be other shots.
Maybe.
This is 3 months into an administration,
Right.
and negotiations start when you say no.
Sure.
So they had to say no, or else you're going to have more of the same. Government tries to grow on its own, and unless somebody actually stops and holds the line, you're just not going to get anywhere. So I'm glad that they did, and I honestly don't think it's going to get through the Senate without Mike Lee and Rand Paul and
Sure.
some of the others there as well. Ted Cruz, I think, is kind of an obstructionist right now for the Trump agenda as well, and the Democrats aren't lining up to help him. So they had the discussions. The president had come in and tried to whip the House Republicans that morning. We had our meeting. The congressman actually told us in our meeting. Hopefully, I'm not going too far off the reservation, but whatever. Nobody's listening anyway.
What is he going to do?
Yeah.
Fire you?
Yeah, exactly. I helped. I
told-
recruited his opponent in the last race. So.
Right. He told a member of another party something. I think you're safe.
Yeah, no, but he basically said, and this is from, he's number 4 Republican now in the House. He said
Jeez.
they're keeping the pre-existing condition stuff. That's not negotiable. That's not changing. And this is from the party that has said we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. So when the leadership of the House is sitting there saying, no, we're truly just the same as the Democrats. We're just 55 miles an hour instead of 75 miles an hour. That's why you have to be thankful for a Liberty Caucus. It's going to say, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. There has to be some conscience.
So that was the tone of our meeting. We also were there, stepped up security because the president had just been there. It was also the first, I believe, the second day of the Gorsuch confirmation hearings. So there were protesters outside of the Hart Building on the Senate side. So if you haven't had a chance to go to Washington, I know we joke about how it's big government, but at least it gives you a better picture and an understanding of how it all works.
So what was Trump doing visiting Congress?
So he had gone. He's trying to put pressure on all sides. The night before, I guess it was Monday night of this week, he flew to Louisville. He actually buzzed me. We were walking around the Jefferson Monument, and his helicopter took off and buzzed over us, and
Oh, cool.
and flew out to Andrews, and they took him to Louisville, and he tried to shame Massey and Paul into getting in line and held a rally in their district.
Oh, wow.
And then
pretty crazy.
the next morning he came back and he had a meeting with all of the House Republicans, trying to convince them that they needed to get in line, or else the blood was on their hands if it failed.
I thought that he was against the Ryan Care. I thought that he was more on the Massey side, saying, no, we're not going to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Paul is against it. Absolutely.
No, I'm saying Trump. Am I misinterpreting what Trump said, where Trump was like, I don't like this, I don't want this?
No, Trump's been hand in hand with Ryan trying to push the bill through.
Okay.
That's his
All
bill, and his people have been meeting with him every day. I think that I don't think Trump cares, and the Reason wrote a great piece today about how Trump really doesn't know the details of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to work at the highest level and say we fixed it.
Right. He wants to
doesn't
win.
He
right.
doesn't want to get in the weeds, and he doesn't give a damn about what the bill says. He just wants to have something passed. Doesn't care what it is, so he can claim victory and move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And that's why he's pissed right now, is that he doesn't get to do it. He did a very poor job. If you look back at President Obama, he went town to town, had hour and a half long explanations of what the bill was, and tried to sell the American people on it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're really reading the bill for yourself and trying to dig into it, you just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, and especially with just the amount of words that are in the bill. Like, who has the time to actually read through the entire thing when you're going to be like, well, if this is it, then this is it. This is just what we deal with now. This is our new normal.
Right.
Yeah. The legislative process has just been terrible compared to what you look at what the Indiana General Assembly does, and it takes them 90 days to pass a law, and they have 3 rounds of testimony in each house, and you vote on it multiple times. And here you don't know what you have until the moment something comes to the floor, and then you're expected to vote.
Yeah.
And then if you're somebody like Amash, they expect you to vote on it yes out of the House, go over to the Senate, hope that they do something with it that you can live with, and then it'll go to a conference committee that you're never appointed to, and then you've participated in the process.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to be a rubber stamp until the 5 or 6 people that really get to make the decision do it.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable. So I would,
Well,
if I
it's
was there,
unconstitutional,
I would be
yeah.
a no vote.
Yeah.
You're not really involved in the process. So that was the downside of the DC trip. My trip home was I got pegged, I think, because I'm a frequent contributor of the show.
Yes.
We flew through Dulles, and the TSA, the Blue Gloves of Freedom crew, they have these chocolate labs that roam the security line.
They're chocolate labs.
Why do they got to be
Chocolate.
chocolate, Jeremiah?
I don't know why they chose chocolate.
They're not shepherds?
They identify as chocolate. But I'm walking down the line.
Identify as chocolate.
I'm walking down the security line, and it feels like my yellow lab just nudged me in the hand. I get this dog nose in my hand. What the heck?
That's weird.
And this lady's got the lab on a 20-foot leash, and he's following me along down one line, down the back, and finally I get to the end of the line. She tells me to set my bag down. Dog covers my bag up and down, sniffs my leg, sniffs my whatever, sniffs my hands again, and finally I walk away from the dog.
Nothing but bacon here.
Yeah, I smelled delicious. So
You just wanted the cookie in your pocket.
The,
Smells like all the eggs and bacon you have.
all the eggs and bacon. So 2 guys behind me, we have this big group. There's 30 of us in our group. 2 guys behind me, the dog goes off on him,
Oh.
and he gets the full treatment. So
Oh, man.
one of the people in our
Did he get a cavity shirt?
when I finally saw him again, I got accused by the group, myself and another lady. We kind of walked away. We got away from the dog as quick as we could because I knew I'm a marked man. I got to get through security
Right.
and move on, get to the terminal and get on the plane, keep my head down.
Somewhere out there, somebody's copying NSA keywords on your status.
Exactly. I'm just like the rest of this group. I don't check in at the airport until they are closing the gate and it is time to go. We do not. We'll participate and we'll say, hey, yeah, I'm flying wherever. But we've all learned from the Greg Lenz experience. So I got the heck out of there. Well, this nice teacher from Southern Indiana, he got the 30-minute inspection. And finally, he comes sheepishly walking by the hotel bar where myself and the others that were with me had plunked down, and he could barely come to words. He had just finally gotten his shirt put back on, and he was
wow.
Wow, was that intense?
he was fragile. Yeah, I felt bad. I'm glad it was him and not me.
So
but I felt
basically, he
bad
was
for him.
raped. That's
Yeah,
what
he
you're
got-
saying. He was raped
But
by the
legally.
government.
Legally.
Literally.
When the girl-
legally raped by the
It was
government.
a woman that did it to him.
Doesn't
And
matter.
She
Doesn't matter.
she had a degree in history.
Okay.
They had a good conversation. So if you're a history major,
Well, I mean, at least there was some
TSA is
conversation.
hiring.
Well, at least
don't-
she flirted with him
don't
before
do
she
that.
raped him.
I mean, there was some pillow talk at least.
Right.
it's
So what do you do?
Are you proud of yourself? Are you proud of yourself? Is
Very.
this what you want to marry? The kind of man who makes noises. like that?
exactly where are you going on your honeymoon and when?
No,
What airline?
No.
that's not happening.
When are you guys
I'm
getting
not
married?
going to be placed on a TSA watch list. November.
Andrea. That's soon, huh?
Use your microphone.
We've been engaged since August of last year.
Oh, babes in the woods. As a man who was engaged for 3 years and then divorced after 6.5 years.
Wait
You
a
were
minute.
engaged
Wait a minute.
for
Wait, time
3
out.
years?
Time out.
So-
Did your engagement last longer than your marriage?
No.
No, we were married 3 years. We were together 2 years, engaged 1 year, married 3 years, divorced.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So 6 years together total, half of which is married.
yes,
Okay.
correct.
All right. No further questions, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm not going to give you guys advice other than don't do it.
We've been together 4 years.
Yeah, but why ruin it?
Yeah.
Why ruin it? So, I mean, I get it though. She's a spiritual person. You gotta,
Right.
you know.
She's in the First Church of Cannabis.
her
Are you
church-
going to get married there? Is Bill doing
Oh,
the?
no, we're not.
Her religion says she has to get married if they want to, you know, get high.
If they want to get high,
And
We
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
get high together.
Yeah.
Right. No
Right,
premarital.
we
Is that
can't-
okay in your
Yeah, we
union?
can't share the same bong if we're not married.
Right.
So
No premarital
separate,
bongs.
separate but equal bongs.
yeah.
Now you
I
two
mean,
don't
bowls
break,
are okay.
you
It's
don't
just
break that
bowl
rule,
stuff.
do you? All right. Just bowl stuff.
Just bowl stuff.
Oh, that's cute. When are you two getting married, Sarah?
This weekend they're going to Vegas.
We're going to Vegas.
Are you really?
We are going to Vegas.
Wow.
It depends upon how liquored up she gets me, really.
Why am I the one responsible for this?
I think we all know why. I think it's because you're the woman, and Jeremiah has lived happily on his own for many, many years.
I'm quite the catch.
Yeah.
He gets to be the asker, though. He gets to be the what's the word I'm looking for?
The
Proposer.
the
That
oh
one.
yeah, the proposer.
The proposer.
I didn't. She just like put her finger like the TSA.
She's just
right?
holding out her empty hand in front of me, looking at it, going, "That looks naked." Weird. Weird.
Now you two aren't sharing bowls, are you?
No.
Okay, no bongs.
No.
All right, just making
you-
sure.
Are you even doing bowl stuff?
I'm a teetotaler. I'm a teetotaler, but I'm getting to the bottom of my my vodka drink here.
He has a White Russian.
I do have
like
a White
the-
Russian.
the-
If it's good enough for the dude, it's good enough for me. So let's see. Aubrey's not drinking anything. Dakota's drinking
It's just Jameson now.
just straight Jameson with a little bit of rocks. I've got the White Russian because we're going to LA and I love the dude. Sarah's got what looks like a fruit bowl in the bottom of her cup at this point.
It looks
There's
delicious.
nothing left.
Honestly, somebody make me a Shirley Temple like her.
All right,
And,
Svagel,
we boiled
wait
some
here. Sarah will
Jameson
go get
for
you some
Svagel.
drinks.
I will go get you some drinks.
So bring some
Please.
refills. We're not going to do those sorts of things on the Jeremiah Morrill Boss Hog of Liberty podcast.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be semi-professional. The goal we'll get
Well-
into the outline of this show.
One of us has a successful podcast, and one of us is just beginning.
One
so
of us
maybe
has
we should.
stolen the equipment from Dear Leader.
Let's talk about
From
that.
a successful
Let's-
podcast.
Jeremiah goes, "I'm going to do a podcast. Give me all your equipment."
No, I said just give me enough to be dangerous.
He said, I'm demanding this because I've donated $7 a month for the last 3 months.
For a very long time. I have the documents
Maybe
to
6
show
months. Maybe 6
It's
months.
probably been well over a year. Maybe 2.
Probably. Not 2. No,
Maybe
'cause
2.
we really didn't start taking donations till last year.
I donated before anybody. I was
That's
OG
not true.
donator.
That's not true.
of the Jeremiah Morrill Pizza Society. I'm number 1.
You created it. Absolutely.
I'm 001.
We've got, I think, 3 members now donating $7 a month. And the reason that is called that is because Jeremiah, I always, when I see him, make him buy me pizza. One
What
time,
was tonight?
Well, tonight was much more than $7 worth of pizza. It was Pizza King East.
This is the steak.
It was damn
the
good
steak
pizza.
of Pizza King.
It was so good.
It's $30 a pizza.
If I come to this region, which is East Central Indiana, kind of by Richmond, Indiana, this is Newcastle, I demand Pizza King. That is my rider. I need you to buy me Pizza King, and I get to pet the fish. So
Do you,
Do you not have Pizza King where you are?
They don't have the right Pizza
we
King.
have- there's
They have
two
the
Pizza King-
There's
yeah.
2 dueling Pizza King franchises.
right, it's like in Vincent's, where I'm from. There's 2 Bob's Pizza. You want to go to Bob Bob's. You don't want to go to Bill Bob's.
They're different.
Okay, different,
Write that down, Aubrey, for your second honeymoon.
separate,
with
and
the next
not
guy.
equal. Yeah. So when we get married,
Oh, is that where we're going
man.
with this?
I mean, you've got to make a choice. So
So that's how it is.
yeah.
Well.
Oh, I'm a snake in the grass. Look me right in the eye. I'm coming for you, bro. I saw them
Hey.
dimples.
He's a homeowner. What have you got? You've got.
I
a
have
shitty,
nothing.
You've got.
I have nothing.
You've got a shitty Chrysler.
I have potential. That's it.
Tell us.
I'm 33 and I'm still working on my potential.
If this is allowed to be in the Big Show feed, this would probably be the 2. This will be like 201B. This won't have a real
Right.
We Are Libertarians number, but it might be in the feed. What? Give us an update on where the Chrysler is. If we were listening to 201.
Yeah, so I reached out to Kahlo Jeep Eagle and I said, hey,
Hello, Carlo.
you guys messed this up. You need to fix it. And they said, no habla español. No, I have a warranty, so I'm taking it in Monday, and hopefully everything's covered under the warranty, just in case. But I was real freaked out last night. I'm the type of person that the basic creature comforts, clothing, food, housing, internet, all that stuff. It's very simple. I like it taken care of. And when any of that stuff gets out of whack, I get all freaked out because it's like I'm so busy with other stuff. I don't have time to worry about my car breaking down. I paid a lot of money for this car.
Some of us have 2 cars.
I know. Well, some of us
aren't rich.
Right. You have like 9,000 square feet. He has 3 garages out here, and he pays $76,000 for this house.
95. Spangle,
it's okay. I live in the same town.
Are you losing blood over there?
I'm hemorrhaging, honestly.
I look over and he's got this white towel that has.
It's got blood.
It looks like
it is a pad.
I have
what
this
it
is my
is.
tampon.
It's starting to look like Kurt Schilling's sock over there.
Yeah, I picked a hangnail, and it just started gushing everywhere. I'm not okay.
Is
okay,
it when you
he's
pick the
lightheaded.
hangnail and it just like
Yes.
continues on
yes, and it hurt
down the side of your thumb?
Oh,
about
it's a
an
deep
inch.
tear.
Yeah, look at this.
That's worse than childbirth, I've heard.
Yeah. Do you need stitches?
No, I'm okay.
Do we need to call Travis Wyke Budweiser?
No,
Because he's
please.
an EMT.
No, we don't want him coming over. I have 3 rules when I come to Henry
So you
County.
require
I
pizza.
require Pizza Hut. I get to pet the fish, and no Jesse or Travis.
No Jesse or Travis. You've got now. The last time you hung out with Travis, he gave you the greatest gift in the history of gifts.
I forget, what was it?
Oh my gosh! This is why Dear Leader forgets who his subjects are, and they have to look up to him. He paid you in cat food.
Did he?
You don't remember this
no,
at all?
no.
My God!
What'd he give me?
He gave you. Go back and look at your timeline for this time of the year. It was the LP convention. You came and spoke at Montgomery's.
Oh, that's
which,
right.
by the
Yeah.
way,
2 years ago. You're right.
Saturday next tomorrow. If this comes up in the podcast today, we're having the podcast the Area 6 LP convention at Montgomery's, the 4th anniversary of Spangle's appearance.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
I think it was. Dan
No.
Drexler was chairman. It was in the loud room where we had a birthday party going on next door to Spangle.
It was 3 because I was just getting divorced and I was not well, and the speech didn't go well, and I was melting down. And yeah, Travis paid me in cat treats and cat food, and I still have 1 bag left of those cat treats.
I'm sure those are going to be good for the cat.
Yes, I
You
do
don't-
remember that now.
I don't
yeah.
think you give your cats enough treats.
Dakota
I
was
don't.
in 7th grade at the time, I think.
Seriously? Wow.
What did you say?
7th grade?
And it was 3 years ago?
I like that Sarah just walked away from the podcast. We're in the middle of a show, and Sarah just left.
She's doing her duties. She's making us drinks.
She's literally like cooking and cleaning.
She's the Aaron. I guess maybe she's more like the Aaron Ewer, where she'll just walk away and do the dishes.
I was so mad at him last night. Like, you're in the middle of a show. Don't do the dishes in the middle of a podcast.
You know what,
Aaron.
Sarah? Good for you.
And then Hannah's like, now he's being nice and doing dishes. I'm like, I know, but this is a broadcast. We're trying to be somebody someday.
Somebody should have paid him $10 to start the vacuum cleaner. Do you own a vacuum cleaner?
Of course. Oh, I'm anal retentive clean. Okay, so that I replace my vacuum cleaner every couple years.
Look at this.
Look at that.
For the audio podcast, Sarah, the former Steak and Shake waitress, has brought out a Shirley Temple, a White Russian, and a high test Shirley Temple for herself.
And for the poor baby at the table, I also brought him a SpongeBob Band-Aid.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that is a good Shirley Temple too.
What a
I
good person.
have SpongeBob Band-Aids. I just remembered this.
Why do you have SpongeBob Band-Aids?
Well, so
Because he's a man.
because of the little honey boo boo.
I am a high-profile individual, and sometimes I have high-profile guests. They've included Chris Spangle. They've included the family of the libertarian legend Jordan Page, whose family has come over and used my pool a number of times.
Tad Western.
Tad Western has been here and ruined my fish. Unfortunately, by the time we discovered what Tad had done, the SpongeBob Band-Aids weren't enough. But yeah, we're prepared. We're prepared for almost any emergency.
That is so funny. Yeah, this is quite the palatial estate that you have. To be honest, I love it. I love your house. I wish it weren't an hour away from me.
Well, we are welcoming to all kinds, whether they're gay like Dakota, or obese like myself or Chris. We're welcoming to all kinds here in Henry County.
High performance athlete.
High performance athletes. This is the only place in the world where you can get a home with a 3-car garage, a swimming pool, 3,000 square feet, a yellow lab, a doggy door in your bathroom, all for less than $100,000.
It really is amazing what you've got here for so little money.
I paid $17,000 for my house.
$17,000. He paid less for his house than you did for your car.
Absolutely, yeah. And I bet it's not leaking tranny fluid. I went on Maya's wall today, Maya Axton, my trans friend, and I just wrote my tranny's leaking fluid. Stop it. Great new podcast, Foreign and Domestic. We're launching new podcasts all the time on the network. Foreign and Domestic aired today. That is the Peffers brothers and Maya out in Colorado talking about the weed culture. You'd love it, Anna. Great stuff. Very funny. We're launching
He's
this new
texting her.
podcast.
I think he's feeding her lines now at this point. That or she just wants to get the hell away.
Who
No, she was asking me if I'm turnt yet.
are you?
To know
I'm
he was
not turnt
turned.
yet.
In the super secret wall chat that we thankfully we're back in, Spangle. There was an incident.
There was an incident because of Aaron Ewert, and he ruined the chat. He's on quite a tear lately. He's testing my patience.
super secret wall chats that Dakota has. How the hell did Dakota get in there? I thought you ejected him.
I did.
I'm glad you haven't kicked me out
You know who
yet.
put him in there?
Who, you?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Put him back
Yeah.
in.
Tanner was in there. You need
Hey.
to have Tanner out here.
Dakota's in there. Yeah,
Hey,
and
I
so
told
is
you to
Tanner.
sit back and enjoy it.
That's
And have
true.
you not enjoyed it?
Yes, thank you.
Chris is now hitting on my fiance. That's the most recent communication.
It's true.
2 minutes
Lovely,
ago.
lovely dimples. So, you know how I feel about 20-year-old blondes.
Well, the
they're my
problem,
favorite.
The problem, Dakota. Yeah, you'll be out of his age range in no time. Just wait patiently.
Just wait about 6 months.
No, 26. After 26, it's all over. Remember that, okay?
Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
sorry.
why I hooked you up when I did.
You're getting term limited. He's no longer interested. He's
Sorry,
passing you
Sarah,
on to
you're
a-
out.
He's passing you on to a 2-month
You
older
did
man.
get me right before I turned 26.
I did. I have a gift. I met Sarah at, you came to the first We Are Libertarians Live.
Second one. I think.
Second one. Okay. And we all know how great my memory is. So
That was the one where you tried to hit on Megan.
Yes.
I looked over and I saw Megan and I was speechless.
You're like,
okay, I floated
she's
towards
so
her.
radiant.
She was radiant.
I don't know what kind of a disaster you are, but she fell in love on the next first date she went to.
I
And
know.
she's
No,
getting married.
it wasn't the next first date. It was like 2 first dates later.
She kind of led me along, to be honest.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So she was a little bit dishonest. So we haven't spoken since then. But I wish her well. Sorry, this Shirley Temple's getting married. This Shirley Temple's
really
very
going
strong. This truth serum's hitting me like you wouldn't believe.
That's
Somebody
Sprite
get him a Virgin
Zero.
Pina Colada. The Shirley
That
Temple's
Sprite
too strong.
Zero is really getting to him.
That's what I thought it tasted weird. I thought it because I'm not used to diet drinks.
Well, that's all. It was that or tonic water.
No, there is there.
Is there real Sprite?
Yeah, there's 7-Up up top, up high
Do you realize where you put that?
in the cabinet where
Hey.
you can't
Out
reach
of
it.
my
Chris is a
reach.
high performance athlete. Sprite Zero is exactly what the doctor ordered.
It's fine. It's fine. I love it. Thank you very much.
You're
Cheers.
welcome.
It's like Gatorade. It's what water needs.
Look, I mean,
It's what grass needs.
I'm down
It's what
10
the crops need. What is the line? Somebody line.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what plants crave.
It's what. There we go.
Yeah.
What
I've
plants
I've
crave.
never seen that movie.
You haven't seen it?
I've watched it one time.
So
I need
heard
to watch
about
it again.
If that counts for anything.
No, that's not enough. Not
yeah.
enough.
So you tried. So you met. I met you that night,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and
And you paid her money.
I looked at Greg and I said, I'm going to hook her up with Jeremiah. And I think I told you later that night in chat, this is going to happen. We started chatting.
Mm-hmm.
I realized you were great. You were much too nice of a girl for me, that's for sure. And so I had to pass you along to Jer.
At the
So-
worst possible time.
Yeah, why?
I was busy. Oh, I'm always busy, but I was.
But see, this is why Sarah's perfect for you, okay? Because you are the type of person who gets very set in your ways and very, I don't have time for that. I don't want to. I don't want to date. Blah 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 blah. You find excuses not to meet a nice girl and get involved. Sarah is chatty enough
She is
that she was
persistent.
going to break through those walls, those high walls that keep getting 10 feet higher. She broke through them just like I knew she could.
It was exactly what I needed in the middle of a race for governor. Was to.
Oh, the first week he was like, that Sarah sure is chatty. I woke up to 14 messages this morning and I don't know what to do. I was like, enjoy
False.
it. Not false.
Never 14 in a row.
Well,
Now look at you two. You're in love. It's adorable.
it's all going well.
Yep.
We're taking a big grand Western trip.
Tad Western free. He
Oh.
will not be with us.
Sans Tad Western. We're gonna fly into Vegas, see what happens. Maybe find an Elvis or two. Maybe I'll be Elvis. I don't know. And then we'll go run around an Air Force base. Maybe borrow a plane. We'll drive out to L.A. Spend some time in the ocean, and then if I haven't gone crazy, we'll see the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam, and back to the airport again.
Someone please take a picture of Jeremiah dressed as Elvis.
Oh,
I've got the sideburns.
You
I
do.
really hope he does.
I've got the sideburns. It's a goal. I love. Do you guys not have the thing for Elvis? He's been dead my whole life too. It's okay, Dakota, but
I looked at. Do you remember, Sarah, the Elvis stamp?
I had that as a kid.
Yeah.
No, I do not.
When
It was
we
like
were kids-
27 cents.
Yeah, when we were kids, man, the Elvis stamp was a
It
phenomenon.
was the big thing. My parents got me one. I've lost it at some point because I'm an irresponsible child. When I was a teenager, but they got me one and it was framed and had in my bedroom. It was cool.
I think I collected stamps. I think I still have it somewhere. But I loved the Elvis stamp. You could choose between young Elvis and old Elvis, and the post office was going to print which one, like on some Elvis
It was young
anniversary.
Elvis.
And young Elvis won. It was a phenomenon.
I think I remember seeing pictures of it, but I don't remember it actually happening.
Yeah. Do you know who Elvis is?
Yes, I know who Elvis is.
No.
Not Elvis Costello, Elvis Presley.
I know who Elvis Presley is.
Elvis Costello. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Honestly, the nice reference. Do you know
I wanted to go all Tom Griswold on you.
do you know who John Candy is?
No, I don't.
Oh.
See, every time you date a 20-year-old girl, they never know who John Candy
So
is.
Dakota and I, we watched a John Candy movie, did we not? No,
Yeah.
we
We
watched
Yeah,
Chris
that-
Farley movie.
Yeah, it's Christopher Farley.
We watched
That was the Almost Heroes.
Almost Heroes.
Never
over here.
seen that one.
Oh, it's good.
Oh,
You need to watch it.
it was.
You have to steal it. It's not available. You have to like go on Cody.
So, like, when we were in high school and we were in college, Anchorman was the big movie.
Yeah.
What was the big movie for you when you were in high school?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Anchorman was pretty big.
Hannah
whenever-
last night said it was Step Brothers,
Oh, yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
really
that
like
was
Step
pretty
Brothers.
big.
which is a pale comparison to Anchorman.
For her,
quite
it's
honestly.
probably like The Hangover.
right.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not been
I
that
remember
long.
Hangover.
The Hangover was pretty big.
You just got to think like 2012.
I know.
I mean, it's not
It's so weird to me.
like Superbad is a classic to her.
Like, I'm mentoring. So, like, now I'm at a point at work where I am now not mentoring the next generation. I'm mentoring the mentors of the next generation. And it's so weird to me because, like, I'm giving advice to people who are mentoring the interns now. Like, that's a weird feeling. Imagine once I get old and then I'm like not even mentoring anybody.
And they have to explain Windows to you, Grandpa.
Well, and like as a teacher, I can relate because
Yeah.
some of the kids in my class are kids of people I graduated with. So it's like, oh, you had a baby.
And we called them
then.
sluts.
No,
Whenever-
Sluts, right, Sarah?
we don't
That's
call
right.
them sluts.
Not to their face.
Now, Anna, out here in the
That's not her name.
what's your name?
My name's Audrey.
Amanda. Okay. And so, like, how many pregnant girls are out here in the country? Like, when you're in high school, how many? Like, we had 2 girls in my high school that got pregnant. In
You went
high
to
school.
Plainfield.
I went to Plainfield.
And you graduated.
The
You graduated
classiest part
Yeah,
of
I
the West Side.
graduated.
from Tri,
Tri,
correct?
yes.
Yeah. Tri High School. What does Tri mean?
where you'll try anything.
I have no idea.
You don't know what Tri
I really
means?
have no idea.
Didn't come up. All right.
No, it came up. All right, I'm only 1 year older than her. Tri is because of the 3 smaller consolidated schools in the surrounding counties and
Into the mic.
townships that went into the one school system. South Henry School Corporation.
Do you
is
know?
the
Do you know
official
who the
name of
schools
school.
are?
It's Louisville,
Uh-huh.
Cambridge City,
Okay.
and Strawn.
All right. Sure.
Now,
3 towns nobody's ever heard of, but you got the gold star.
you got to make sure you talk right into the mic, Dakota,
Oh.
and talk with volume. Okay.
I was trying to intimidate Jeremiah by looking him in the eye.
Can you ever
You
intimidate
just
me?
have to do this,
Is it
Dakota, where you're
possible?
He's the
looking
boss
over
hog.
there, and then but you're still talking into the mic.
yeah. He's the boss hog of
You
Liberty.
might have some major eye strain, but
I
it'll be
can't be
totally
shaken.
worth it.
They're building a statue to Jeremiah here in Henry County. Okay.
Half goat, half man.
He can feed you to some hogs. He knows hogs.
I'm
okay?
doing the electrical work for it. I'm proud to.
It's volunteer work, of course. So yeah,
How many pregnant girls, like, over under?
In my class?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
through the 4 years,
like
just the ones that had the babies, not the other.
Yeah.
While we were in high school, there was like one or two, but I know when we were in middle school in 7th grade, there was one girl that got pregnant.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
That
She
wasn't a
actually
rumor
has
that really
2
happened.
kids now. Do what?
Did she have the kid?
Yeah, she did. Yeah. And actually, I think the baby daddy died of like a drug overdose. So
To be quite honest, I'm speechless by that. I can't believe that.
now she has
He
another
wasn't,
one. So.
good Christian man, working at the
Textile mill
an electrician.
Grady.
Yeah.
at the local foundry.
Because like I've always thought that maybe like rural Indiana, you're probably just like there's like 10 girls because there's not much to do out here, right?
Really, though, there is.
Well, there,
Yeah,
You
just
go
like
to Walmart for fun.
there's
Yeah.
not a lot of. Well, first of all, there's not that many kids in the school where she went.
Yeah.
The proud graduate.
There were
But
76 people in my graduating
That's it?
class.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
we were
graduated
the-
with 63.
We were the largest class in the school's history.
We're in a county of 50,000 people, and we have 6 high schools.
what?
That's insane.
That's crazy.
We have
There's only-
Shenandoah, Blue River, which doesn't have a football team, undefeated since 1962. Newcastle, Shenandoah,
Because they don't
Tri,
play anybody. That isn't so.
Hagerstown.
So that's how you two got together because you're like the only 2 good-looking people in the class, right? Everybody
Right.
else.
Well, they had to jump, so Dakota had to go looking at the younger girls.
Yeah.
I put gum in her hair in sign language class.
I did, really.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's how I got her to notice me for the first time.
Nice. And that's a classic move, honestly.
He glued his hand to her, and there.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that one next time I go out to Broad Ripple.
double
I'll start-
bubble spangle
Yeah.
walking down by.
I'm ready.
walking.
One of her best friends
Get
took
ready
her
to
hair.
get Bazooka Jode.
One of her best friends took the big clump of hair that the gum was in and cut it at the root with a pair of scissors.
That was
That's a true story.
that was nice of her. So you had that to remember her by. Did you get to take the stump home? This is the stump of the girl I'm stalking
So
it's still in a Ziploc baggie in my
in the
desk
freezer.
drawer.
You have to eat
Shut
like at
up.
your first anniversary. You have to eat a little bit of it, like you have the cake and then a little of the
Disgusting.
gum hair.
No,
You
I
have
just
to rechew the gum.
I cut a little bit off and put it in our food at night.
oh, that's so gross.
so you can just poop a little piece of each other.
Oh my god!
Ugh.
Now, what? How did that work?
What do you mean?
How did that work? Like you put gum in your hair and now you're getting married.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know.
Did you hate him?
Yeah, I was pretty mad at that point.
We talked
Rightfully
for like
so.
a year after that, and I was trying to flirt with her the entire time.
Right.
And
How'd
then
that
I,
go?
And then I asked her out, and it totally caught her off guard.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And
Girl-
by going out at Try, you mean like you're gonna go walk up and down the one stoplight in
She thought my
Louisville?
tractor was sexy.
Oh, actually, you had like a red car, didn't you?
Yeah,
Your Cavalier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
1989.
a Cavalier
That little
man.
red car.
Cavalier.
A 1989 Cavalier.
That's right.
We've
it was
heard
a
a story
convertible.
about that little red car.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
We told that story on the Lost podcast.
Yeah, it was on the last podcast. That's right.
What happened in the
I'm not going to tell that
in
story.
the Cavalier?
We'd like to hear both points of view.
All right, I'll tell you what happened here. So we went on a date. We've been dating for a little while at this point.
Mhm.
We go to the movies in Muncie, Indiana, and decided it was a really good idea to park behind the movie theater. The Cavaliers' back
For
window,
prayer?
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They steam the windows.
The Cavaliers' back window was like permanently frosted over, like you couldn't see out of it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I had a flannel shirt on, and we hung clothing over the rest of the windows. All right?
Why?
Got in the back seat so that no one could see in.
Was
like,
there nudity?
like this
We were
is a
sharing a bong.
They were going in their prayer closet so nobody
we
else
were doing
could see
bowl
them.
stuff.
That 70s show circle going on.
Yeah. We were doing bowl stuff. Regardless, we didn't want the globalists to see us with the cameras. But anyway, we're in the back seat of the Cavalier, and all of a sudden we see lights going in from behind the clothing.
What level of nudity are we at?
The level we are at is my pants are like at my knees.
Underpants too?
No, just my regular pants.
All right. Okay.
And my flannel shirt is off. Oh, my regular shirt is also off.
Okay.
And she is like not. She's fully clothed.
Oh yeah.
I was just getting a little bit too excited.
Right.
So at this point,
young man ready to go in a hurry. No foreplay, right? With this one, no, not at all.
So at this point, we see, like I said, the flashlight was beaming into the car, and there's a tap on the glass, and Delaware County Sheriff's Department, please step
cock
out of the
blockers.
vehicle. I know. So like I said, my pants are around my knees, and I have no shirt on. So
So you
get
look
out-
like you're from the Muncie South Side.
So I get out of the car, and I'm like still pulling up my pants, right? And
You're getting out of the car?
yeah, I get out of the car, and I'm in the back seat.
Is
It's
this
a two-door car.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up the pants as I'm climbing over the front seat to get out, and I take the flannel shirt off of the window and put it on. There's no shirt on underneath it. Didn't have time to button it, and stood there and talked to the man.
That's how
just
Dakota
like-
got on cops.
Yeah, and just like Jeremiah, the sheriff thought I was gay. Because,
What kind of haircut did you have?
because he did
Well, she
not
was still growing
say-
it back after the incident.
Right. He did not say, "Can I see her license?" He said, "Can I see the other occupant's license?"
See, that sounds like training to me. Yeah, like let's be respectful. Let's be PC. The other occupants,
So
Yes.
we'll pause for just a second.
not that
there.
girl you're trying to do butt stuff with in the back seat. Let's see the occupants.
It was
Dakota
bull
inferred
stuff.
that I think he's gay.
Mm.
That goes back to when you were an Austin Peterson supporting, Rex Bell supporting young libertarian who didn't know anybody in the community.
Yeah, that-
He has very soft eyes and soft lips, to be honest.
So Dakota orders a sign from the Rex Bell website,
Okay.
and immediately our crack team of me says, "Oh, there's one in Newcastle. I'll go deliver it right now." So I called Dakota, and he's like, "Yes, I'm home for 10 minutes. Sure, I'll be right over and drop it off." So I take the sign, actually 2 signs over to Dakota's house, and Dakota and another well-groomed man is in the front yard, and
We were doing yard work. My friend,
Shirtless?
my friend Chase had stayed the night, and he
Chase.
was helping
Chase.
me.
See,
He was helping me with yard work.
This is why you might have,
Chase and Dakota just
Chase
hanging
and Dakota,
out.
just
shirtless.
like Seth and Jesse. It's so Chase and Dakota are in the front yard, and I give them their sign. They're supporting a libertarian. I just walked in the Pride Parade, for God's sake. So I'm like, well, you two have a wonderful home. Thanks for your support. Bye.
Now, does that speak more to his desire, Dakota, or do you think you're
I
gay?
believe so. Well, I mean, we were sending off some pretty strong vibes. And see, I knew that Audrey knew Jeremiah from whenever she was in high school.
Wait a minute. I'm a 4-H leader, and
Right.
Audrey was in my 4-H club.
Right.
Right.
He wasn't
It's
trying
not-
to date her.
Yeah, it's not like I'm other people that we.
But
know.
I will say, Jeremiah has sent me the
Hey, easy.
He has sent me many prayers, and I thank you so much for those prayers,
You're
Jeremiah.
welcome.
So you're gay.
Well,
He's working on it. Pence is vice president, so he's not allowed to be gay anymore.
he shocked the hell out of me.
So apparently, Greg.
That's why I'm an electrician now.
Greg had a groundbreaking announcement last night on the Weird Libertarians podcast.
Greg's memes are everywhere. Like everybody, like Todd Young got Greg's memes, and now we hear that we are at the highest of high levels.
Yeah, so the Vice President of the United States
Has a folder.
has a folder of Greg's memes and other gay electrocution memes where,
Does he have the
where he's
brony meme? Do we
I
know if that
believe
one's
he
over
has
there?
seen that one, yes. So
You were just up there. You should have asked him.
the Vice President of the United States is a fan of Weird Libertarian memes. How
I love it.
amazing is that?
I love it.
It's just ridiculous to think how far this show has come in
It's-
200 episodes.
It's amazing. I'm humbled and honored that Mike
But-
Pence loves our anti-gay memes.
I'm sure he prays. You may have made his prayer list by now, Spangle.
If I'm not on somebody's prayer list, I don't know. I think anybody that listens to any of the Weird Libertarian shows knows I need to be on some prayer lists.
Well, we'll think of you the next time we're doing bowl stuff.
Well, stuff. Wow, that's a little gay.
It's Audrey and his fiance that do the bowl things. I don't do any bowl things
Right.
with Dakota. I'm going to California. Maybe I'll try some bowl things there. It's recreational.
Yeah. Well, we're almost out of time.
Really?
Yeah.
So with my
Nice.
syndication, my pizza doesn't buy me unlimited airtime.
No, you've got an hour.
We get an hour per
That's it.
episode.
You got an hour per
and then we
episode.
have to insert some plugs. We have to thank Chris for the broadband.
Yep.
Ask people to at this point, I'm probably not fully compensating Chris for all. I'm sure this is going to have probably half the downloads Tad Talks does, so probably only 2 million episodes downloads a
yeah.
week.
Well, listen,
But it's still tremendous cost.
Listen, this is not a joke. It cost me $50 to start a show. Okay. We are now not covering the cost of We Are Libertarians because I've had to go to an official server. We've added some extra software like Ringer to help with phone calls. So if you listen to yesterday's episode with Brian Nichols, where he's in Philadelphia and it sounds like he's in the room,
Well, unless
that costs $20 a month.
unless Harry was streaming and then your shitty internet took a dive.
Exactly
and it sounded
right.
like it was 1995 DirecTV.
I gotta download my server. So yeah,
I've got to turn on the bathroom camera and
Right.
see if things are still good in there.
Oh, Harry. So yeah, I've significantly upped the costs of We're Libertarians on a monthly basis over the last month, and bought a lot of equipment. I've spent a lot of money because we're plowing more stuff into this to make it grow. And so this first episode of this podcast is going to cost me $50, me out of my pocket. Okay, so I do okay. But still, this is a business, and you guys listening get something out of it. I hope. I think that you get entertainment out of what we do, and so if you get something out of this, whether you get knowledge or laughs or friendship via the internet, then please consider becoming a member of the Jeremiah Moral Pizza Society for $7 a month at wearelibertarians.com. And you can help me offset some of the costs. So if you love it, then help pay for it, because if we don't get donations to help offset the cost, then eventually I just can't do this anymore. And my goal is eventually to do this full time and to become a full time podcaster. So then we can launch a bunch of different shows, and we can continue to be the number one entertainment brand for libertarians.
So we'll make this offer on was it April 8th, April 9th, Sarah? When's the official We Are Libertarian Spring Party? I will
April 8th.
April 8th here in Henry County. If there's a listener that makes a $50 contribution to We Are Libertarians and mentions Spring Party or the Boss Hog of Liberty show, we will grant them access to the private We Are Libertarians party. Let us know that you made the contribution. We'll roll the red carpet out for you. And you and anybody. I'm expecting probably a dozen of you, but we will make you VIP guests.
I will
will-
make
of
your
the spring
drinks
party.
all night.
Sarah will
I will
make your
share
drinks.
my Jameson with you.
Dakota will share Jameson, and we will give you first crack at the pool, which we do plan on having open for the spring
Yes.
party.
You can pet the fish.
We will let you take a photograph with Big Mouth Billy Bob over there. Tad's
But
going to get his
she's a
first shot.
lady.
Well, she is, but it's whatever she decides she wants to be called. Maybe it's Bobetta.
Her name's Tilapia.
Tilapia. She's very feminine, though.
She's
we're
very
off topic,
feminine.
but she lays eggs all the time, and they don't go anywhere. But she does try.
Oh,
Poor girl.
So
That's
and
why
anyway,
all the rocks are that
she
way.
ain't got no man in there.
there's a Texas cichlid in there. She's got her eye on.
He's a
But,
little man.
He's
but
a little guy.
But he's impotent, Spangle. It doesn't. It just won't work. It's not natural.
Listen, I've noticed that the big black fish seem
Hey.
to like the little white ones.
It's
Yeah, God does not approve of their relationship.
Oh wow, I am in Eastern Central Indiana.
they're smoting them. All right, so we thank Chris for making the trip out here. We know it's at great personal sacrifice. He looks like he's lost a half quart of blood over there. Well, a little bit of that red is the end of the maraschino cherry that he insisted my girlfriend get him. But whatever.
Love a good maraschino cherry.
Do we have any final thoughts from Audrey, Dakota, or Sarah? This is your chance to plug something. This is a We're Libertarians tradition. We we steal your time. We make you show up on the podcast if you're in the room.
No, we let you.
We
show
let
up.
you,
Yeah.
but then we also are benevolent and allow you to plug something. So if you have a little something you're working on, this is your chance. Dakota?
I want to say thanks to Chris for coming down here because, one, for teaching us how to do all this stuff. Two, because Jeremiah would never have bought pizza if you were not coming down here.
That's true. And this gave you the opportunity to introduce Audrey to Chris and clear up the little miscommunication that he's actually
Is
a
that a good
48-year-old
idea,
bald
though?
man.
You're right.
Well, as it turns out, he's hitting on her. But now she knows that he's not nearly as ugly as you made him out to be.
The memes precede me, and she was like, "Oh, is he the bald one?" And somebody had made a meme of me the other day where I was bald.
it was me.
It was Dakota.
Dude, there are like 3 memes a day of me, so I can't keep track of who makes what. And so I was bald, and she thought that was what I actually look like. So good job.
Great job on the Corel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I would like to plug is my Morgan County Libertarian Party is having their annual convention on April 13th at 6 p.m. at Ralph and Ava's in Mooresville. We currently have 3 awesome members who want to be super involved, and we're hoping to build our party there a little bit more as we expand and hopefully reaching out to the other libertarians in our community.
I
So-
attended the last Morgan County LP event, and they go to Ralph and Ava's, and on the night they go, there's always a singing piano bar.
Nice.
It's amazing.
It's like going to
Howl at the
Moon, but you don't have the $10 cover charge.
Exactly.
Or, well, 20 if you're a dude, 10 if you're a girl.
And you get home cooked food there. The people who work or the people who own Ralph and Ava's, they have a catering business too, and they have spectacular food.
If you don't have anything to plug, Audrey, we're going to plug your wedding and tell people
I
to
really
show
have
up.
nothing.
It's in November at the Tree Farm, right?
November 18th.
What time?
I don't know.
They haven't decided yet. Yeah.
Well, all of the listeners will be there now, so thank you for
Awesome.
that invitation. We'll have them bring their own beer.
BYOB.
BYOB.
And
Are we
bring your-
allowed to drink?
Is
at
it
your
at the
wedding?
tractor pull?
Oh,
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Well, you just don't know. I could. Spangle had a dry. Spangle's first wedding was dry, and we had Yats. I think
love
we
Yats.
might have had some mints or something to go with it.
Yes is one of my favorite
There
restaurants.
was no drinking at that one.
The
And
Methodists
it
are
was
the
fine.
sneaky drunks, where they do it behind the back of everybody, and like the pastor will hang out with everybody and then go drink with them. But then at church, it's like, no, we don't do that.
I knew it wasn't going to last, so I didn't want to invest much into the front end of it. So
All right. Well, on that happy note, I thank all of you for listening and making it through this first actual episode that's going to make the airwaves, and won't be long. We'll have episode 2. Talk
Awesome.
to y'all next time.